Mm. Less than plus. One, pick that up. So five. I'm not able to check.
Okay, Bhargav, that's
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
You got it. You got your intention.
Yeah. So basically, I'll first read the first character and check for the next set of characters if there are any matching.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the moment you get it, you will break it out.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So okay. So let's say a user hits on a button or something.
Okay. Okay.
And eventually the data will go ahead and get it stored in the database.
Okay. Okay.
And on the backend side, we are using .NET Web API. So
Okay.
can you give me the entire flow, how the request will start and eventually end up reaching to the database?
So basically, when the button is clicked, we'll be having a handler or a form submission kind of thing. So on the handler, we will be having like on the button, whatever data has to be passed, that data will be stored in a variable or something as an object, or if it is one single. Sorry about that. There was some noise. So whatever data has to be passed, we'll be having that, and we'll be making an API call for the post. Since we'll be storing the data, the API call will be a post, and we'll be passing.
What exactly you use to call an API on React side?
HTTP post method.
Okay.
So we'll be
Have
passing.
you used Axios or something?
Sorry.
Axios?
No, I have not used Axios. We are using the fetch, basically the fetch library.
Okay.
So from that, we are like I was mentioning, we need to pass the data to be stored as a request body as one of the headers, the request body, the data, and we'll be passing the endpoints and all. And the HTTP verb will be HTTP post. Once it reaches the web API, at the server level, first the routing happens and it checks for the valid route. All those things happens. And once the valid route is found, the action method gets executed. The parameter as the body, whatever we have passed, that gets mapped to the parameter, the input parameter of the method, and that goes to the DB context or the repository or the service layer, wherein we'll be storing that, adding the store methods or the save changes. So yeah, this would be
and
the
just
flow.
Before route, something comes in, right? Just before route.
The authorization happens. Like if we are using the JWT token authorizations, the authorization happens.
And that comes under?
On the server side. So
middleware.
Yeah, that's the middleware, right?
Middleware, you missed out. Okay, so what exactly is middleware? And
so middlewares are basically request handlers. In simple terms, if we want to put, it will be the request handlers. For every request, the middlewares will handle the request and say the very first middleware it authenticates, authorizes, it checks for the routes, and if there are any filters added, it does the filters. So all these things will be done.
Yeah. And is there any difference between middleware and filters?
Yes. So middlewares, for each request, the middleware comes into play, but not necessarily the filters. Filters you can mention globally, like say, for example, exception. If we have an exception filter, if everything goes well, the exception filter might not get executed. So it's kind of that. And like the filters, as far as
the core functionality of filter is, what did you say? I missed it.
Like the core functionality is that happens when an action method gets executed.
Exactly. Oh, okay. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Correct. Yeah. That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. So let's suppose in a scenario where
Uh-huh.
when you inspect an element,
Okay.
uh, you see the API response to be correct, 200, okay, everything, and
Correct.
data is being populated.
Okay.
But on UI side, you
Uh-huh.
don't see the data or whatever you wanted to render not being
Okay.
rendered.
Okay.
What are the potential issue you would like to investigate
One
in this
is
scenario?
uh, one is I'll see if the data is getting assigned to the right variable or a property or a state variable,
Uh-huh.
uh, or whatever. So suppose in the UI we are using a property and the property is used for binding the data. I will first check if that property is getting populated from the response on the success of the API response. That's the first thing I would check,
Okay.
because here the thing is the binding is missing. We are getting the response to the
Yeah.
server or the client side, just the
Hmm.
binding is missing. So I would
Yeah.
check that first.
So yeah, potential issue would be the binding.
Binding, yeah.
Okay. And have you heard of closures?
Closures, not exactly.
Okay. So what is the difference between props and states?
Props are kind of read only. So whenever we are trying to pass from one component to another component in a nested way, so that's when props are used, and we can't assign values to the props. And state variables are accessible within the component, and you can update or modify the state variables, and it's the scope will be limited to the particular component.
Is it? On entity framework course, have you used it?
You mean the state variables?
No, entity framework course.
Yes, I have used.
Okay. So what's exactly the difference between eager loading and lazy loading?
uh, so eager loading is as soon as the statement gets executed, the data gets loaded to the property or the variable whatever we have. In lazy loading, what happens, it's the navigation property. So
Mhm.
suppose we have like employee and department, which is a department is a navigation property of employee. And if we are not doing like if we are doing a join and loading the department as soon as the query executes, that's eager loading. But in lazy loading, what happens, whenever we are trying to read the value of department, that time the data gets loaded, not in the first place. So that would be lazy loading.
Okay. And suppose let's say there is already a database there. Okay.
Okay.
And we want to use entity framework where we want
Okay.
to use DB
Okay.
first approach.
Okay.
So how would you manage relationship between tables?
DB first.
Did you
I
get the
think
chance to use it?
no, I haven't used DB
Okay,
first, but
okay, that's fine. Yeah, most of the
yeah,
time we are using code first.
yeah, code
It's
first. Yeah.
fine. It's totally
Yeah.
fine. Okay. And on let's say let's one more scenario where
Uh-huh.
you're uploading a large data set, large
Okay.
file,
Okay.
okay, from UI.
Okay.
What are the things you will consider while
Mm-hmm.
creating your API
Oh,
so that user responsive? I'm sorry, user interface is responsive and user is experience a low latency. So how would you achieve that?
so one thing I can think of is we can't minimize the data store time, because the input file itself is big enough, so it consumes time. One thing I
Okay.
can think of is we'll let the user perform other actions, saying the file is getting uploaded in the background kind of thing, and
Yeah.
once the
Yeah.
upload is successful, we'll send a message kind of thing, or we'll have a table wherein the progress shows, something like
Mhm.
that. uh,
Okay.
once
No, but
once
I'll tell you something.
uh-huh,
Uh, all the answers are really good, but this
uh-huh,
answer is not very good because what
okay,
happens is when you're trying now, then
uh-huh,
on backend side you use async await first of all.
yeah,
Second thing, you will use chunking. Okay, you will not upload the
okay,
entire folder immediately.
okay,
You will
okay,
upload them in chunks,
okay,
and at the same time you will do pagination. While
okay,
fetching the data, or user will
uh-huh,
be able to let's say load page 1 and 2 and so on,
uh-huh,
and
uh-huh,
then comes that what you said, right?
okay,
So that it
okay,
makes a user friendly UI. That's
okay,
that.
okay. So you
Okay, let me ask you
mean
very simple. Mhm. Good.
the document, whatever it, if it has multiple pages, each page gets uploaded in
No,
chain?
not pages. On
Uh-huh.
UI side, we will
Okay.
do it. Yeah, pagination we will do it.
Oh, okay.
Let's, yeah,
Got it.
let's say
Yeah.
100 records are there. So on page
Uh-huh.
one, we'll show them 10 records, 20, and so on.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say there are multiple people, multiple
Mm-hmm.
users trying to update the database,
Okay. Hmm.
the same table. So
Okay.
how will you make sure that data mismatch is not happening and correct sequence is maintained?
Okay. Mm.
Have you heard of acid property on DB
Yes.
side? Yeah.
Yes.
What is that?
So basically, it's like we are making sure the data is consistent, uh, the atomicity, consistency, I-
Isolation. Yeah.
isolation, and
Yeah.
yeah, dependency.
You can
Yeah,
have a look into it. Yeah.
sure,
That's one thing.
sure, sure.
Okay. So did you have you ever created any custom middleware in your
Custom
project or have you
middleware.
seen it? Yeah.
Uh, I have done in the past, not very recently. I have created a custom middleware.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I just wanted to understand you understand the internal working of middleware, how
Ye-
it actually looks. Yeah.
yes.
So
Even
let's
I
say
have built
there are Mhm. so
like
let's say there are multiple
mhm.
middlewares in the pipeline.
Okay.
So how would you manage the sequence?
The sequence is uh,
There are three
the,
extension methods out there, right?
yes, we
Yeah.
have use middleware, mm,
App.use,
app,
app.map, app.run.
app.run, yeah,
Yeah.
map
What
run.
they do individually?
So basically, use middleware doesn't short circuit or it won't end. It continues for the next middleware.
Okay.
The app run is the end middleware where it gets short circuited, it executes and it returns the response. The
Mhm.
map is all about configurations and like say map routing, uh, map DB context. So
Basically, it's to branch, right?
yeah, so
So
the end should like suppose I write the app.run in the first and place all the other middlewares, then there is no sense of adding all the other middlewares because the
it will break
app.run.
early.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah.
right.
Did you get the chance to look into how we implement JWT? Have you implemented or have you seen it?
Yeah, I have seen it. So basically, we how
Do you
it
know the
works.
internal mechanism of? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, how it works is in the first authentication, it generates a token. It
Mhm.
stores on the server, and
Okay.
the storage
You said
happens.
it gets stored, and if you
Yes,
know, JWT is a stateless one, right?
yes, but it
So
stores
how is
a
this? Yeah.
encrypted token. Like
Okay.
uh, it doesn't store the direct token as is. It is an encrypted storage, and whenever the subsequent request happens, uh, the token gets validated against the encrypted token, and when that validation completes or is successful, then only the request processes. Suppose if there are any injections happening at the from the browser side, tampering the token, that's the reason the encrypted value is stored and that gets validated. So whenever the tampering happens, it won't
Who
match.
validates it?
It's on the server which gets validated from the JWT library.
Okay. So JWT is made up of few components, right?
Hmm.
What are they?
I don't remember that exactly. Shubham.
Okay. I'll give
Yeah.
you. It has got header, payload, and signature. So out
Yes.
of these three, who is
Hmm.
the responsible one to validate the token if it is not being tempered or something?
And payload. The token will
Signature.
go
It's the
with the
signature.
signature. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. It was a really nice conversation with you.
Yeah.
I'll share my feedback with Acha and they'll get back to
Sure.
you. They'll
Sure.
update you on this. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.